What is up, boys? Welcome to the podcast. I haven't uploaded an episode in a month. A whole entire month. The last time we left off in a app review. Reviewing a terrible Marvel app. Which is Cancer. And they made Luke Cage look like a fat chimichanga. So, for that torture, today Fox News has brought some quality content today. And last time I ever did something with Fox News, it was a long time ago on an old show I did. And it was a guy talking about how Fox News is brainwashing people, making them crazy. You know, if I could find that video right now, we would watch it right now. It's been forever since I watched it, and that is just a top tier video. I don't know if I can still find it. Like Fox News brainwashing. Brainwash my dad. Fox News brainwash my dad? Why is that a top result on YouTube? What? Oh, we gotta see this. Alright, this is how Fox News right-wing media brainwashed this dad and destroyed family. First of all, English?
Can plant-powered laundry detergent
Not sponsored by these people.
60 of the toughest stains?
Oh my god, nobody cares about these towels.
7th generation. Clean clothes powered by plants.
Some stuff.
Right-wing media tour.
Alright, before we start this, we are sponsored by Anchor. And we are sponsored by TK Beats. Email tkofficial1234gmail.com if you want to buy a beat. $20. And Anchor, I'll give the sponsorship at them at the end. So, let's see this video.
Family apart. And my father's story explains how.
Alright, Jen Sinka says her dad was brainwashed by right-wing media. Yes.
When I was growing up, my parents were very open-minded. They were like hippies before hippies happened. They always stuck up for people if they were made fun of for being different. My father, who passed away in 2016, was a
That is depressing, man. Why you gotta bring up like that? That just kills the mood.
great example for us in treating people equally. One indelible memory I have was a day trip to a New York museum. It was important to him that we had culture. We lived in New Jersey, so New York was a short bus ride. We were coming out of Port Authority and ran into a black homeless man right outside the terminal. He asked my dad for some spare change. I was scared because I'd never seen a homeless man before. My dad...
Yeah, when we see a homeless man, we get scared, man. We gonna think, no. This is when you really have to fear there's a homeless man. If you're in an abandoned house and you see a cracked up homeless man acting like a demon, that's when you gotta get scared.
Stopped, though, called him sir, and gave him some spare change.
Why wouldn't you? He's a man. It's not like, yeah, you're home. It's not like he's looking at this guy in the train station and he's like, yeah, you're homeless, you're worthless, you're nothing. I'm gonna give you no change.
Taught me to respect everyone. After high school,
Yeah, you should. Like, bruh.
I went to Pratt Institute. My father, who worked as an electronics engineer for the
Great
government,
stuff.
retired from that and got a part-time job with a long commute. He started listening to talk radio. Talk radio then was Bob Grant, the openly racist and sexist, bombastic radio host. He was called the Fountain.
Dang. She straight called this guy out. I don't know if he's dead or anything.
Conservative talk radio. He would refer to black people as savages and once called Martin Luther King a slimeball.
Oh.
Very slowly, my dad began to change.
Racist.
He became more irritable and more judgmental of others. About a year later, my dad fully retired, and then he found and fell in love with Rush Limbaugh. Limbaugh had learned a lot of tricks of the trade from Bob Grant. He appealed to the older white guy who perhaps felt shoved aside as times were changing. Soon my dad was having his 3-hour Limbaugh lunches. After he ate, he would sit with a beer and listen to Limbaugh bloviate. Limbo must have said what organizations to join because
Sounds like a good time. You know, we just want to crack open a beer, sit on the couch, and listen to a racist white guy. Fun stuff.
soon my dad started getting lots of right-wing mail and then emails. This caused a lot of problems in the family. My dad became
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get emails. You know what's sad about this? He's not the only one getting these emails or whatever. Like everybody who signed up or whatever, you know, is getting these mails and stuff like that make them seem important, seem like, hey, I want to come back to your show, whatever. You know, it's like if you listen to me, you signed up for something, and I send you a book every month, you would want to, you know, you would support me because I would send you some cool book or whatever.
very opinionated and angry. Just say one thing that tripped him and he blew steam out his nose. He started.
Listen, let's stop. I hate it when people say this. Blow steam out of your mouth or like fire out of your mouth, but just shut up and just say he's angry.
Forwarding us emails which were full of lies and exaggerations about President Clinton, or mostly how horrible Democrats were. I was living in New York, and when he sent emails saying that liberals hated Christmas, I was flabbergasted. I lived in the land of liberals, and everyone I knew loved Christmas. I had a lot of gay friends after college. When my dad first met them, he praised them, saying how cultured they were and how it was nice I was friends with them. When I heard Limbaugh bashing gay people, I asked my father if he agreed with that now, and he got angry and said, I don't want it in my face. Wow, what happened to Dad? It was like some...
Because this guy listens to talk shows. You know, I'll give you advice. If you're this person that listens to podcasts all the time, and I'll say, listen to some news talk show, but you start taking their opinions as fact, and you start throwing your opinions out the water and taking their opinions in and making them your own opinions. Basically, what they talk about basically is, yeah, brainwashing you, telling you a bunch of lies, but is getting into your head because from, you know, she's talking about he's now a retired old man, you know, people just, you know, pushed him off the side, you know what I'm saying? That's how they get to you, you know, that's the audience they're going for, you know?
alien took over his body. We all begged him to stop forwarding us these emails, but he wouldn't stop. First, my brothers blocked him online. Then I eventually did.
Hey, when the brother blocks you online, bro, that's when you know you're doing something wrong, bro.
It was a nightmare, and the nightmare got worse when a fellow Limbaugh fan introduced him to
Oh
Fox.
my god. Dude, why? Stay away from Fox News. I'll tell you this right now. Fox News is the worst place to get news. I'm gonna say that right now. You can go to News 9, to ABC, whatever, CBS. That is better than Fox. Fox News is pure cancer. That's why I like reacting to their news stories, because Fox News is pure cancer.
My parents ended up in separate bedrooms so that my dad could watch and listen to it. My mom ate lunch on her own in the living room. It really was tough. And worst of all, my dad was miserable, angry, and paranoid. For a long while, it destroyed our family.
Dang.
Then, my parents moved to a senior community.
Oh.
During the move, my dad's radio broke.
Good. Get that radio broken.
Didn't fix it. Later on, he went to the hospital for a kidney stone. And while he was there, my mom unsubscribed him from right-wing emails and subscribed him to sites like Truth Out and Ultranet, and he read them all. And then when they got a new TV for the kitchen and my mom programmed the remote, he didn't bother to change the channel to Fox News.
Let's get it.
One day, he told my mom, I like Obama. I think he's a good guy. And she was like, what? And as time passed, his anger lifted and he became happier. My dad began to love me to visit because I would dote on him. I laughed at his corny jokes that he told over and over. He loved to be waited on, so I would get him tea. I would give him the occasional chocolate, even though he wasn't supposed to have it. Finally, in his very senior years, he was at peace. My parents shared a bedroom again, and I had my dad back.
See, that's a perfect ending. You know, they're back together, happy. Moral of the story is think for yourself and don't believe everything you hear, especially the news. Yeah, I don't know who right wing media is. Wait, what? Joe Walsh warns Americans listening to Fox News. This is from CNN.
Yeah, what's up? This your homeboy Ice Cube. You know what it is, the West
Sorry,
Coast
this is an ad.
warlord, the Grand Wizard.
You've been calling this out, saying that this alternative reality
Oh, shoot. They're calling out Fox News. Let's go.
is something that Americans need to understand. Hey, Brian, good to be with you. This is an absolute shame, and I think you've got to call it out for what it is. The Americans who listen to Fox News and conservative talk radio are being lied to and manipulated.
Straight call him out. Not even playing games. He didn't even give us a little, you know. He's not even putting no filler. This guy's getting straight into business.
Every day when it comes to impeachment. It's not a surprise. They were lied to and manipulated every day with the Russia investigation, really with all things Trump. And it's dangerous because, look, no matter where you stand on impeachment, and I believe this president deserves to be impeached, the vast majority of the American people understand that when it comes to Ukraine, he did something wrong. But those people who listen to the opinion shows on Fox and those people who listen to my former world, conservative talk radio, they have no clue because they're being told every day he's done nothing wrong. They're being told every day, Brian, it's the deep state and it's Hillary. They're being bombarded by that every day. That's so dangerous. So you're saying this is a problem. You're saying you used to be part of the problem. What changes this calculus? Does anything change this? Well, I don't look. Most of the people in the conservative media are not going to change. You've got people like Hannity and Seth Gorka. They've got their noses way too far up the president's butt to ever change. They're going to do what President Trump tells them to do. Brian, I was in that world. I mean, you get pressure. I got pressure every day from my syndicator. You've got to speak.
We have another 3-hour gem from Fox News. McEnany, wearing a mask has nothing to do with politics. Let's see this gem right here. Of course there's a Trump ad. Makes sense for Fox News.
Overnight, thousands of protesters hit the streets in
This is great.
Portland, Oregon for the 54th straight night. Some
Let's go.
peacefully, others clashing with police as they tried to break
War.
into that federal courthouse again.
In Chicago, the protesters there around
You know what's funny about these? They only record certain people doing bad stuff. They don't record the whole entire group. You know? So you just see the bad ones, the bad apples, and everybody's like, oh my god, they're breaking my favorite Starbucks. I want to get my coffee. Instead of the whole entire group, so it makes them look really bad.
against the Trump administration plans to send 175 federal officers to that city. According to some reports,
Chicago,
this comes after police
chill.
released new video of rioters ambushing police near a statue of Christopher Columbus, and you can see demonstrators dressed in black. They're using umbrellas to shield themselves. They
The
are throwing
What?
frozen water bottles at the police, Grub.
Good.
Yeah, that's right. One of them is seen throwing frozen water bottles on the ground for protesters to throw at the officers. What's important, Ainsley, is that 49 cops were hurt, 18 taken to the hospital, police arresting 12 people in connection to that attack. We want to bring in now Kayleigh McEnany from the North Lawn, White House Press Secretary. Kayleigh, good morning. As the president talks about bringing in more federal assistance into the lawlessness in American cities, our own John Roberts reporting that right now the president hasn't yet made.
Oh my God! Get into the main thing. Wearing masks has nothing to do with politics. None of this crap.
So the president's very upset with this. I spoke to him about this morning, but
Yeah, these guys love Trump. By the way, if every news company shames on Trump, not Fox News. Fox News is loving Trump right now. Let's say Fox News is Trump's protective condom, basically. I don't know, man. I'm trying to find that one video where it says, Fox News is, brainwashing. Guys, I swear it's hilarious. Brainwashing. You're watching Fox News, you just don't know? Oh, of course, it's a Trump freaking thing. This guy's called Vox.
I'm done. I'm finally done watching Fox News. It's rotting my brain, and only boomers watch that crap anyway. From now on, I'm watching real news. Stuff that actually matters. I'll never have to worry about Fox News ever again.
Two of the headlines on Fox News tonight got a lot of attention thanks to Fox News.
Started on Fox News. Yesterday on Fox News.
Last night on O'Reilly.
Last night on Hannity.
This morning on Fox and Friends.
Fox was all over the
I
story.
want to play this clip from Fox.
Fox News is everywhere.
From Fox News.
It makes my head explode when I see these clips from Fox News.
Oh, God. It's everywhere. There's no escape.
Thank God for Fox News.
Thank God for Fox News.
Thank God for Fox.
You get the truth out.
Thank God for Fox News, or otherwise no one would be talking about these issues.
In an ideal world, political journalism looks like this. On either side, you've got the parties, fighting for the attention of the press. And in the middle, you've got journalists, sorting through what's important and what's just partisan bullshit. This is called gatekeeping, and it's one of the most important things journalists do. Political operatives can spin whatever talking points they want, but ultimately it's the journalists who decide what's newsworthy enough to pay attention to. But that is in an ideal world, and we don't live in an ideal world. We live in hell. And in hell, there's Fox News. Fox exists in
For
this
real.
weird in-between space, because it claims to be a news organization, but it's essentially a Republican front group. The network was founded by GOP political operative Roger Ailes. Not sure why he's posing like Shirley Temple in this picture.
Naughty little Roger.
Ailes spent his career advising Republican presidents like Reagan, Bush Sr., and surprise, surprise, Nixon. A memo from the Nixon Library detailed Ailes' dream of launching a Republican news network, a plan for putting the GOP on TV news, which was described as a way to get around.
See, that's the problem. There's no... Alright, sorry for that. Oh yeah, what was I gonna say? Alright. There's no diversity to the news. Since they're a Republican news group, they're just gonna be talking about basically sucking on Trump's penis.
The prejudices of network news selectors. Wow, nightmares really do come true. Ailes eventually founded Fox News, and with it, he turned partisan hackery into an art form. Obama salutes while holding coffee.
Everyone's talking about a disrespectful way.
Oh my God, bro, for real.
Hey, the president saluted a Marine yesterday.
Clinton coughs during a campaign event.
we all have our coughing spells, but it doesn't look good when you have all these conspiracy theories about her health.
Ha! If you're a Democrat, you cough, bro. You good on Fox News?
Rashida Tlaib says a naughty word about Trump.
We're gonna go in there, we're gonna impeach the motherfucker.
Is this what the Democratic Party has become? Buckle up, slow. This is the Democratic Party in 2019.
I've never watched.
Bullshit doesn't actually.
I never watched Fox News. But when they're talking about Democrat stuff, I gotta see some of these clips. These are some funny clips, bro.
Matter, but that's not the point. The point is pretending that it matters, so voters at home think it does too.
They're doing political communications. They're finding a weak point, and then they're hammering it very, very relentlessly. It's a network that was founded by political operatives. It has a partisan operative mentality, and it works.
Now I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, who cares? It's Fox. None of us actually watch that crap. Except you do watch that crap, Mary. You just don't realize it. Mary. Because once Fox News goes all in on a story, other networks pay attention.
Political journalists are very sensitive to complaints about liberal bias. And so one thing they do is they overcompensate by paying a lot of attention to what's going on in conservative media, what's in conservative media, what are conservatives talking about. Let's elevate this. Let's take it seriously, even if I don't personally agree with it.
Take Benghazi, for example. I'm still mad about this. In 2012, Fox began peddling wild conspiracy theories about a terror attack in Benghazi.
Explosive new details about a possible White House cover-up on Benghazi.
Possible. You realize that possible.
Answered questions about Benghazi.
Questions still remain unanswered. Some have suggested this is bigger than Watergate.
Fox's goal was to smear the Obama administration, sure. But it was also to get other news outlets to take that smear seriously.
You know, at first blush, I think most journalists would be inclined to mostly ignore that. It wasn't nothing, but it just wasn't like the biggest news story in the world. But it's on Fox. It's on Fox. You hear about it more.
Why is the media not dealing with a clear cover-up here?
You say to yourself, okay, I don't want to be biased. I need to incorporate this into my news diet, into my reporting.
And eventually, Mary, it worked.
Aren't there still legitimate questions to be answered on Benghazi?
Very serious, unanswered questions.
Legitimate questions. Too many questions.
It's not just for Fox News anymore. It's all of cable news.
So the result of that is that there's incredible agenda-setting power in AM talk radio and Fox News. They all go talk about something, no matter how sort of crazy they're at.
By the way, I'm subscribing to this guy. This guy's pretty good. Liking this video so far.
It gets on the news agenda. It gets covered by the mainstream.
Thank God for Fox News for being tenacious enough to cause the mainstream media not to ignore this.
There's no equivalent to this on the left. And that creates what Matt calls a hack gap. Because conservatives can manufacture their own outrage cycles,
But oh Jesus, we're all gonna die.
mainstream outlets pay a lot more attention to their bullshit, which means even minor slip-ups by Democrats can become career-defining scandals.
For
In
real.
March, Democrat Ilhan Omar gave a speech about how Muslim organizations had to fight Islamophobia after 9/11.
They recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties.
Pretty non-controversial, right? Wrong again, Mary. Because in April, Republican Dan Crenshaw accused Omar of trivializing 9/11 because she didn't say the word terrorist, I guess. I don't know. Am I bleeding again? And the next morning,
Because she didn't say terrorist. Oh my god. We are so... Fox News is pure cancer. I'm not even joking, you know? You know, if you... I mean, they're pretty fun to watch if you want to watch them bash Democrats. That stuff's hilarious, but... Jesus.
Fox News knew what it had to do.
They have a direct contact with Trump, bruh. That's how much bias they are to everything else. If you don't stand with Trump, Fox News hates you. If you don't like Trump, Fox News is gonna spit on your face. If you don't respect, if you're not a Republican, just get out of here. Go die in a hole. That's what Fox News is thinking.
Really? Few people did something? You have to wonder if she's an American first.
Downplaying one of the
See, it's so funny watching these people bash Democrats. It's so funny. We need a Democrat news team so they can bash these Republicans. Dude, that's gotta be a thing.
Darkest days in our nation's history.
The Democratic Party has a problem.
Oh my god. Over and over again. You know? A Democrat, he coughed. Oh, a Democrat. He talked to Republicans. We have a problem. Our nation is at an all-time war right now.
Ilhan Omar is embroiled in another controversy today. After making controversial comments, do you feel she should apologize? Do you think she should have rethought her words?
How do you think this controversy is playing out among Democrats?
The congresswoman needs to be careful about her own words, too.
This is the kind of hacky nonsense that good gatekeeping is supposed to protect us from. And it almost did. Nobody even cared about Omar's speech for weeks after she gave it. But once Fox made it a story, it was over. Look at how many mainstream news segments included clips from Fox. How do you think this controversy is playing out among Democrats? The hack gap is a nightmare in a normal year, but it's especially bad during election season. In 2016, a lot of journalists realized that the Clinton email server was not the national crisis Fox is making it out to be.
Because this new development put her behind bars. You've got destruction of evidence. You've got obstruction of justice. There's 3 specific laws that we found.
There's at least 7 that I've found.
Lock her up! Yes, lock her up.
Oh, that pleases me.
Fox News is below tier F at this point. They are so bad, but it's so funny watching them bash Democrats. I could watch them all day bashing Democrats. I'm not even playing at this point.
Because Fox viewers became fixated on Hillary's emails, the story became newsworthy.
I remember talking to somebody who was a high-ranking official in a major newspaper, and I was asking him, why did you guys have so much emails coverage? And he said, well, I think that the email story spoke to some of the electorate's fundamental doubts about Hillary Clinton.
Benghazi, her private email server. It's all part of the same narrative and why many voters don't trust her.
Okay, fair enough. But where did those doubts come from? They came from Fox News. They came from conservative talk radio.
The American public know they can't trust her. Can't trust her.
We can't trust her. So you put this stuff out, and it becomes a true fact that many people are worried about this email server. But then that becomes a controversy that you cover.
Years later, when it turns out that the Trump White House is also using unsecured communication lines, it doesn't spark the same month-long crisis that Hillary's emails did, because there's no left-wing propaganda machine baiting journalists into overreacting. It's not that there's nothing to these stories. Clinton's email server was a mistake. Benghazi was a mess. Omar could have said the word terrorists more, I guess. Oh god, it's in my ear. It's that they get blown way out of proportion.
Guys, I found it. I have found it, guys. Fox News. This is going to be the title of the podcast. Fox News is a brainwashing cult. Dude, y'all gotta listen to this right now. Oh my god. Trump ads, get a life. This is legendary right here.
This is fascinating. A Tennessee woman, she was at, apparently, it was at Donald Trump's event in Tennessee.
Listen to this, listen to this. This is facts.
Where he had all
This guy is facts. This is 3 years ago.
There was, actually, as I was watching this, on both CNN and MSNBC, and I'm assuming it was played on Fox. Donald Trump was speaking to an adoring crowd, and I was wondering, where are the protesters? There was not a word about them, as if they didn't exist. Turns out there were thousands of them outside, and they didn't let them inside because this was not a presidential visit. This was a campaign visit. This was a campaign fundraiser, essentially. And so this poor woman, Charlotte McCormick, an unfortunate last name, MC Comic.
Bruh, this guy is legendary, bruh. He just roasted her. Oh my god, this guy just destroyed her last name.
Who lives in Tennessee. Her son lost his job.
Uh-huh.
And his health insurance premium dropped from $567 a month, which he was paying when he had a job, to $88 a month. Now, why did that happen? Because her son is unemployed. He's now eligible for Medicaid.
Yep.
Or for a much larger subsidy under Obamacare. So Obamacare dropped his premiums from $567 a month to $88 a month. This poor 52-year-old former first-grade teacher believes that her son's premium went down when he lost his job because Donald Trump has reformed health care. honest to God, I'm not making this up. And she said, so far everything's been positive from what I can tell. I just hope that more and more people and children get covered under this new health care plan. She said she's not worried about her 33-year-old son or their 3-year-old granddaughter. You know, Trump has got everything under control.
Y'all listen to this.
She said, we said, who else would we do this for besides Trump? She's talking about, making this whole trip and going to his camp, to his rally. We agreed on the Lord. We would stand here for the Lord, but that's about it. In other words, they would show up and cheer on Jesus Christ, but nobody else other than that or Donald Trump. And why Donald Trump? Because, A, her son, when he lost his job, is paying a lot less for his health insurance, which is the Affordable Care Act that Trump wants to do away with. This is not a story of a stupid woman. Right? This is a story of a woman who watches
Tom
Fox News.
is a goat.
Listen. Fox News is a cult.
Fox News is a cult, guys. He just said it right there. Tom is the GOAT. Not GOAT. The GOAT. Tom is straight the GOAT, alright? I don't want to hear anybody say it. He has went to top. He's went past top tier S with this. Talk facts, Tom. Let's get it, Tom. That's a subscription right there, bro. Let's get it, Tom. Yeah.
The marketplace ultimately always takes care of everything. The marketplace is so much smarter than any human being should be. We should simply turn everything over to
Talk it, Tom. Talk it. Talk the facts.
Those who essentially own the marketplace, the billionaires, obviously, they're the smartest.
Tom, you're the man. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this episode. I want to thank you for watching. We are sponsored by Anchor. Head up tkofficial1234gmail.com if you want to buy a beat. Only $20 for a for profit beat. Anything you want. Sign up on my newsletter. Email me tkofficial1234gmail.com. Sign up for the newsletter, so I'll put your email down, and you can get free beat packs and everything like that. We are also sponsored by Anchor, and I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you next episode. Bye.